Good morning, you sexy mother lovers. What's going on? Mix coming at you. NJ Morning Drive. You know what it is. You know what time it is. Let's do it. Shout out to my boy Jay Allen that gave me the idea to talk about this. So, guys, we've been seeing this thing in the news about Robert Kraft, the owner of the New England Patriots and the CEO and chairman of Kraft Foods. This guy basically has a little thing going on right now that he got caught up in a in a sex sting operation. And I got thinking, this guy supposedly is going to this spa in Florida trying to get sex. And I was like, I looked into it. My boy gave me the information. He was like, yo, why don't you talk about this real quick? I didn't know much of it, but I would start looking and digging. And, one other thing that you realize is that this guy, I have no idea that this guy was the owner. Like, this guy basically owns Kraft's Foods, like Kraft cheese and Kraft, all that bullshit. This guy owns that shit. And so I was thinking, I'm like, why would a guy that can get any kind of piece of ass that he wants is gonna be going to try to get ass in a sex parlor? It just doesn't make sense. And in the previous video, I was talking about, sometimes people are gonna basically do things or give you a story because they want to get something that you have. And what I was thinking was that maybe, just maybe, it could be that someone or a group of people are trying to get ownership of maybe perhaps the Patriots because this is a really, really big franchise. I mean, I think that these guys probably have won between 6 and 7 Super Bowls, and I'm not mistaken. Now, please correct me. I'm not a football guy, but you can hear obviously, and you can just Google, and these guys are that good. So this guy has a really good franchise on his hands. And and the more you think about it, it's like, why would this guy be outside? Which another thing that I was thinking, a guy like this probably doesn't leave his house without a security detail. The last figures that I looked at, this guy net worth is about $5 billion. So if this guy wants to get some puss, all he got to do basically, and I didn't say, I said puss. So YouTube, don't go crazy. Um, if he wants to get some nalgas, all he's got to do basically is just to like call his people. I'm pretty sure that he's got people that if he needs his, okay, let's say it this way. This guy doesn't go to the dry cleaners to pick up his dry cleaner. I'm sure about that. Because with that much money, you don't need to. You get people to do things for you. You feel me? So that's what I'm thinking here, bro. Like, I'm like, nah, man. There has got to be something behind this whole story. And you start thinking about it. And he's like, okay, he was soliciting prostitution. Why? Like, I can understand that they, like some girl, me too, this guy, or whatever. But I'm thinking that a guy that has this much power, this much influence, and this much money. All right, so if I was this guy, basically, if I was Robert Kraft, I would call my people and say, yo, bring me 2 hoes and bring an extra one so they can massage me after I'm done with these other two. And by the way, give me 2 buckets of Viagra because it's gonna go down. You feel me? But I wouldn't go out to try to basically take care of business to a massage parlor. Like the math doesn't add up, my dudes. It just doesn't add up. When you got that much money, you don't need to go out to get things. You have things come on to you. And again, I want to know exactly, like through this, in the following weeks, you're going to start seeing basically the truth to come out. Because to me, I really think that this is just the backdrop to the real story. You're going to see that they're going to try to make this guy step down as the owner of the Patriots. Someone is going to replace him. You will see. This is basically usually how it goes down. There is got to be something bad in the media, and then to clean it, they say, well, what you're going to do is you're going to have to basically step down, and so is going to have to take over. Oh, listen, due to whatever regulations we have, I'm pretty sure that there is some clause in these contracts that you sign to buy these teams that you have to adhere by a certain norms and rules. And I'm pretty sure my man is gonna be hit with that because prostitution. All right, I can see that the guy got caught. Something else, man, but like to make such a big stink out of prostitution. Listen, the whole thing about prostitution, that fucking marriage is prostitution. It's legalized prostitution. You know what I'm saying? Like, you have two people, because usually what women do is that they hold the vagina hostage, and then when you do something right, they want to use it as a token to basically get a man to do what what they wanted to do. Fuck that. When a guy like that has that much power, you don't need that, bruh. You can just literally make a phone call and say, I want you to bring me a Hispanic girl, a black girl, a white girl, a Chinese girl, and so you can ask for whatever you want. But to me, that it just doesn't make sense. And I want you guys to think about that. Like a guy with that much influence and that much power, it just doesn't need to be like in a massage parlor. So I think this is a setup. I think that my man is being set up to something. I don't know what it is, but this whole thing smells like a setup, looks like a setup, and it sounds like a setup. And you know what they said about if he looks like a dog, walks like a dog, and quacks like a dog, he's not gonna be a motherfucking dog. You feel me? So this whole thing basically doesn't sound right. There is a lot more to this story, and so I'm thinking that this is what's gonna happen. And they're gonna put enough pressure on this guy to make him step down and tell them, hey, listen, you're gonna need to step down from this thing because of this whole situation going on right now. Again, that's just my opinion, but I think that I'm looking objectively through my lens, looking from the outside. And most people probably within are looking in, but I don't know, man. Like the conference for the police, the police department in Florida, talking about this guy. Okay, it was fucking R. Kelly didn't get this much fucking attention, and let's talk about R. Kelly, too. The thing with R. Kelly, man, like, yeah, listen, I'm not saying that, but the guy is sick. I think that R. Kelly's fucked up in the head. But I think that these are the accusations that they're doing against R. Kelly right now is basically for the police departments or law enforcement to save face on the fact that they dropped the ball. That this guy was doing all this dirt and no one can touch him. Like they have the girls, they have the evidence, they have everything that they needed to slam dunk this mother lover into jail, and he was found innocent. And obviously, double jeopardy doesn't apply to this crime because it's multiple victims. Double jeopardy only applies to a specific crime. Like if they say that I did something, you know, I robbed the bank, and I prove that, what I'm saying, like I prove that I didn't. The next time, if I fucking actually rob a bank, I cannot be charged with it because the same bank at the same time, double jeopardy doesn't apply. I mean, double jeopardy applies. Like it's got to be the same crime. But in this case, with R. Kelly, it's different victims, different times. So I think that they saving face, and now they're talking about the fact that his lawyers are talking about that he cannot afford bail because now basically they're waiting for him to have to probably be have not don't have the money and say, okay, now let's go after him. But this is for law enforcement to really save face, because it looked like this guy was a monster. And coming back to it, like, where were the parents of all the victims? Where were the parents? It's the question that I always keep asking. Where were the parents of these little girls? How come that, like, yeah, the guy was probably a dick, he was an ass, but let's put the blame really what the blame belongs, and that is, where were the parents of these girls when you were allowing your little girl to go with this grown man that you already have heard in the news that he was up to no good? I don't know, man. It's just a lot of things in the news don't make sense. So this thing again, Robert Kraft accused of soliciting prostitution. A guy that can just go into a restaurant, and I'm pretty sure there are plenty of gold diggers that would just give him ass for free, just to basically put that shit on their resume, because that's what women do. Women like power and they like money. And if this guy wants to basically get laid to prostitutes, I'm thinking that all he needs to do basically is to make a phone call to his handlers and say, listen, I need you to bring me this because I need this chick taken care of. And they will be able to just drive whatever he needs into his house, into his mansion. I'm pretty sure this guy's house is sick. It's got to be huge. It's got to be like a complex. And this guy's got to have security. So for this thing, like, it just doesn't make sense, guys. I want you to think about it. When things don't make sense, they don't make sense. And the thing with R. Kelly, man, listen, they're just saving face due to the fact that they dropped the ball so bad that after this documentary came out, they were just basically, they were embarrassed that this guy was able to get away with all these crimes and no one was able to touch him. Which begs the question, maybe he was paying people so that they didn't go after him? I don't know. But anyway, guys, again, shout out to my boy Joe Allen for giving me the information. If you have any questions, if you have any comments, please comment down below. Subscribe to the channel. Shout out to Dark Eric on Instagram, my boy. Thank you for subscribing. Um, Again, I'm on Instagram. It's NJ Morning Drive on Instagram, guys. So hit me up. Let me know what you think. And again, love you guys. I hope you have a great day. And thank you for watching NJ Morning Drive. Peace. Yeah, buddy. Have a great day, guys. Bye.